Calf strain. We've all had it at some point, whether it's been whilst we've been training for a longer distance event or during speed training. Through overexerting ourselves through exercise and through running, we can often end up with our calves feeling more like stiff boards than responsive muscles. So today we're going to focus on how to keep these calf muscles in tip-top condition and enabling you to exercise happily. The calf muscle actually comprises of two main muscle groups, the gastrocnemius and the soleus, which reaches into the Achilles. And first up, we're going to look at post-run care or post-exercise care, which is all about the stretch. So this first stretch is the most important one, the most effective one. Now for this you need a step, which I don't have here, but I'm going to show you what you need to bear in mind. Ideally do this on your front doorstep or on the stairs. Make sure you've got a banister or a wall to hold on to. And then you stand your toes on the edge and let your heels drop down. You don't push them down, you just let gravity do its trick. So the important thing is you keep the ear in line with the shoulder, in line with the hip, in line with the ankle. None of this business, sort of holding on and dipping down. You want to use the whole of your body weight. So you stand nice and long, tucking in your tummy, and then hold on to something and actually lean back a bit. Again, not just your head, keep this nice straight line. Lean back and let your heels just drop down and hold it there for at least 30 seconds. For the second stretch, you want to be seated on the floor, and we're going to take the leg of the one, or the leg that's not being stretched right now, and pop it over the top of the other one. What that does is push pressure on the top of your thigh, pushing the back of your knee nicely into the floor, which is really key to get a deep stretch. Now, I also like to take the exercise band then, makes it all a little simpler to do the stretch. This stretch is now focusing on the gastrocnemius, like the first stretch was, but there's a key difference. You're not stretching straight with your foot, you're going to angle that foot to the left and the right. This way you get to the outer and the inner sides of the gastrocnemius muscle, and you'll see why that's important once you start doing it. So sat here, I'm now going to ease my foot over to the right and bend over. I can feel the stretch nicely in the back of the knee, which is very important. That area tends to get very tight. But that for me is, that's a doable stretch. Then I'll ease out, straighten the foot, and now twist it inwards. For me, this is where the pain comes. You might find you get more pain on the outer. For me, it's the inner. As I can really feel that stretch hitting in there. And this is why it's an important stretch to do for this main muscle, not just the first one that we focused on with your heel off the step. Ideally hold this for 30 seconds. If that's too long, then you can ease out for a second and then go back in, ease out for a second, go back in, so that overall you've done about 30 seconds. Change over, do it on the other side. Now for this stretch, I really need a wall, so I'm just going to nicely imagine one there. And this is a stretch that you see people doing at races and probably the most common calf stretch. It's also quite commonly done, not in a very good style. So to maximize the stretch, make it really good, you want to try and have your hips in a nice neutral position, none of that sticking your bum out business. Actually tilt them a little bit forward, tuck in your tummy muscles, and then you'll also get a hip flexor stretch, always a good thing for a runner. And then you'll notice that my knee is slightly bent. The reason for this is that this stretch is for the soleus muscle in your calf. Equally as important to stretch this, and you do that with a slightly bent knee. So it doesn't need to be there, but just bend that knee a little bit and you'll feel the stretch kick in. And you'll also feel how that goes into the Achilles as well and gently eases everything through. Then as you push against your wall or your tree, really do push, because as you push in there, that will maximize the power going through your leg and into the stretch and just give you a deeper, longer stretch. Studies have shown that the optimum time to hold the stretch for is 30 seconds. That's how the muscles benefit most from. And when you're stretching your calf muscle out, just remember you're not just benefiting that muscle, it's what it's connected to. The Achilles tendon, if that's getting a bit niggly, well, nice limber calves are going to help with that. Equally, if that goes into the bottom of your foot, if you get sort of foot aching or stiffness, then stretching out your calves is going to help, and it also helps with shin splints and to prevent shin splints. And when it comes to the pain threshold for stretches, well, you want it to be uncomfortable but not painful. So you want to push past, that comfortable bit and just go a bit ow, but you don't want sharp pain, because at that point you're hurting yourself, not stretching yourself. So that's our post-run care taken care of. The other thing to consider is not just stretching, but strengthening. And actually, I'm not talking right now about strengthening your calf muscles. That's all well and good. You're doing that through your running anyway. But actually, I'm talking about strengthening your core. The stronger your core is, your butt muscles, your stomach muscles, the better you're holding yourself through here, the more stable your hips are, and the less you're going to overpronate, the less motion is going to be going through your knees, and the less work your calf muscles are going to have to do. So strengthening all of this will help everything that goes on below there. My final 2 tips for happy, healthy calves is 1, watch your hydration. When you're dehydrated, your blood is a bit thicker, everything's moving a little more sluggishly, and at that point you can get cramps in your calf. So make sure you're drinking enough and getting your sodium in. And my other tip is, if you find that you're doing all the stretches, you're doing everything right, but your level of training just means that your calves are constantly taking a battering, and maybe you're getting shin splints as well, then go and have a session of shiatsu. Shiatsu is a Japanese pressure point massage. And of all the things we've tried over the years here at Run and Become to treat calf problems and to treat shin splints, shiatsu has been by far the best. We get the best results from it. And it's a lot less painful than having a physio pump his fists into the back of your tight calf muscles. So thank you for watching. Do share any top tips or any questions you have with me down below in the comments section. And do check out the links to Goshka's strengthening blog post down below, because that nicely targets your core. And look forward to seeing you again next time.